Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Hope everyone's doing well. For me, it was a classic case of a good walk spoiled this morning. I expended a tremendous amount of effort over 18 holes for a very mediocre result. I scooted out of the house to avoid painting a fence, to be perfectly honest. Though, of course, upon my return, the fence is still here. It remains unpainted. So I just kicked that can down the road. This is a first for me. I've never reported on a story before where one of the parties is actually known to me. So, to boxing, as they say. Carl Froch, former 168-pound unified champion, 80,000 in front of Wembley, classic battle with George Groves, Hall of Famer, very, very, very popular in the UK. After a stellar career, he went into broadcasting, both like real broadcasting, TV and whatnot, and is now very active in this space. He has an exceptionally good channel called FROCH'S on Fighting. I don't know offhand how many subscribers he has, but if I said 100,000, I wouldn't be far off. It may be more. Like he's exceptionally good, and he's got access to lots and lots of people. He's interviewed Turki Al-Sheikh, Conor Benn, Amir Khan. Some of those generated some negative feedback to him, to be fair. Particularly, he seemed to be very kid gloves-ish with both Turki Al-Sheikh and with Conor Benn. And I remember commenting upon it. Well, anyhow, he was made a video about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua and Carl Froch appear to have this ongoing beef, and so Carl Froch, whenever he's near a microphone, he can't resist saying something negative about Anthony Joshua. Anyhow, what was sort of interesting is the comments section. Just like comment sections. Yeah, right, just comment section. So somebody, a subscriber clearly, or maybe not a subscriber, I'm not sure, commented, "Carl, if you read the comments, then answer this question, which I've posted many times. When will you get the one and only Russ from Porky's Corner on your channel? You use his lines too. It's the least you could do to grow his excellent channel. Pop, pop, bang." Now, this is where full, true and plain disclosure, as many of you will know, I have been an occasional guest on Russ's channel, for which I'm grateful. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So I sort of know Russ. I've spoken to him a couple of times, and I've been interviewed by him, as a guest, 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times. I'm not quite sure, but you know, off and on, right? So I know Russ. And I read that and I thought, oh, okay. Well, then Carl Froch responded, which is a little bit surprising. "He blew it with his big mouth after my Ben interview. That was business and he made it personal. I had big plans for him and he threw it away. It's a real shame, but I'm all about loyalty. NB, I stopped using his lines a long time ago." So a couple of things surprised me here. You don't often have a public figure, which Froch is, sort of, responding and then trashing a third party who isn't part of the conversation. You know, because the aforementioned Russ is not actually commenting here. So, oh well. Then this gets deleted. But of course, it's out there. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Because normally this is just a public figure now trashing a YouTuber. Okay, unseemly. You know, you shouldn't really punch down, really, and the bigger you are, the more careful you ought to be, right? Well, Russ, of course, Porky's Corner is a very popular channel. It's got well over 15,000 subscribers. And he's very active. And he's very well connected. And so he responds. You know, his response was, you know, basically a comprehensive rebuttal of some things that Carl FROCH'S said. And it's from the perspective of FROCH and Russell being friends, or at least well known to each other, for approximately 20 years. So there's quite a few sort of salacious snippets being unloaded here. And this is all, of course, fun and games until somebody feels that the tort of defamation needs to be, you know, waved around, in which case lawyers will get involved. And, you know, often those with the deepest pockets can afford the best legal representation. So we hope it doesn't go there, because I'm guessing, but I would imagine that Mr. FROCH has lots of money. One would have thought that this is just going to be a one-day wonder. But then, of course, other people have gotten involved in the boxing industry. Jane Couch, MBE. For those of you who don't know, MBE is a member of the British Empire. It's a Commonwealth and sort of former imperial title, very prestigious. Carl FROCH has got one. He's Carl FROCH, MBE. And according to his friend, or I guess now former friend, on Porky's Corner, Russell was instrumental in helping him get that. These things are not known to me. I'm just repeating what's in the public domain. Anyhow, Jane Couch said, "There's no friendship in boxing. Porky saying it how it is." And so yes, it's sad day for me to see, apparently, according to Jane Couch. So this story may have a second round. There may be more things said than probably ought to be said. But it is an interesting story. You know, at what point should public figures, former world champions who are in this space, and if they're called out, because of course Russell, was part of the very, very large number of people who were criticizing the Conor Benn interview as being kid gloves. But at what point should that, very famous and, wealthy and powerful public figure person turn his eyes and then sort of punch down the hill, maybe? And of course, they were friends. So not exactly Tyson Fury and True Geordie, and far cry from Trump and Elon, but it's a story that I'm not sure if Carl FROCH really wants to pursue this. He seems to. He should probably just carry on and not devote too much time to this, because this could be quite ugly, I suppose. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.